Another story. This your boy John Flo, and I'm here to have we're here to have a story time. We're gonna talk about just stories from the past, man. Just stories like exciting stories, funny stories, whatever it is that we come up with, man. And yeah, man. Like I said before, I'm I'm working on being consistent, being here every single day, or at least 5 times a week. It's Thursday right now, getting close to the weekend, so who knows what we come up with next. All I know is that we here we are here. So with that being said, I'm gonna have Nani King in the building. Nani King, what's up, man? What's going on? What's going on?
I did.
That's good, man. That's good to
Finally,
hear. That's good to hear. That's good to hear, man. You know. So today is story time, man. Tell them. So we're gonna shout out to everybody in the chat. Anybody that's in the chat, just tell us where you're from. Introduce yourself, and we will interact with you as always. So
yes. So finally, or first of all, rather, let's just take this time to welcome everybody. This Continental Ozus, and today so you're welcome to this, or if you are just seeing our content for the first time, just subscribe, like, put on the post notifications. We put out.
yeah, everything's good, man. Just a regular Thursday, and every day is an opportunity, as I put in my mind. Yeah, every day is an opportunity, as I put always try to put in my mind. And yeah, man, we here, man. Another day, man. We've been going live every day for over 10 days, I believe it was. You know, so that's an accomplishment at on its own, right there.
That's actually impressive. That itself is a story. I mean, we've been going live for a few days now. Just before we get to story time, what has been your favorite part about going live every day? Before we get into the stories,
Well, my favorite part about going live every day is, I'm actually enjoying it. And welcome everybody. I love interacting with the crowd. I love, just talking to people. So if you're in the chat, if you're in the chat right now, just shoot anything, man. Say, early blessings. That's what I like to start off with, early blessings, and to everybody. And yeah, man, I've been enjoying it. And I'm enjoying it, especially the conversations that we've been having. If you haven't checked out our conversations, I've been posting our conversations on the Continental Hustle page. So, y'all check that out. And also check out the documentary, because we put out a lot of things, man.
yes.
We're gonna be putting out a lot of things. So, thank you for helping us grow. And we here for y'all. We here for y'all. So yeah. So oh yeah, go ahead.
The chat.
Mm-hmm. Of course, as usual,
This
as usual,
Continental.
as usual,
Tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us where
as
you're joining us
usual.
from.
As
Yeah.
usual. So we
Yes.
this is a brand. This is a brand. So we gotta represent. We gotta represent. And you know, throughout all the stuff that we have accomplished so far, man, is just this is just furthering our accomplishments. Having these talk shows, and we're gonna add to it. We're gonna keep it going, make it better, and stuff like that. But so far so good, man. We have been having great conversations. I've been posting different things, and yeah, yeah, definitely. Yep. So
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing the chat needs to know is that what we do here is we get better every time. Like we have dope contents, conversations coming, in the next 1 week and stuff like that. So you guys should expect the best from us. So yo man, we're talking about yo like
For the second way, or you are not, know your opinion in the comment section, guys.
tell us like right?
Yeah, it's summer. It's summertime. This is like
It's
kind of the
summertime over
hottest
there.
part of the summer right now. You know, one of the hottest parts. So yeah,
Okay.
man, it's blazing outside, blazing. What
What
can I
what's
say?
what, what's your favorite season? What's your favorite season of the year in America? What's your favorite season?
You know, I miss the snow time. I miss the winter time. You know, I used to be so excited to put on that bubble jacket. You know, I don't know if you know what a bubble jacket is, but because you out there in the warm climate, but bubble jackets is like the North Face and like the
Yeah,
we call it snorkels.
yeah,
The
man.
ones with the it's kind of like it looks like animal fur, but it's synthetic fur, and you wrap it around. You have a hood on, and then you
Okay,
wrap it
okay.
around. I used to look forward to those times, those cold climate times. It was just something about the snow and the weather that drew you closer to your family. It's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's cold outside, but it was just something about that that I really like.
About the vibe, right? Like the
Hmm.
vibe, because that's one thing I've always liked about the weather when I watch American movies and all that stuff. I see the snow and people throwing the snowballs at.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And like what I found out recently is that it snowed. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because what I found out recently is some parts of Africa snows. It snows out there, in some parts.
Yeah, 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 it does. Oh, let me give you a fun fact. Some part of Nigeria, like actually
Oh,
one part of Nigeria, like
what?
it snows in
In
one
one
part
part
of
of
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Damn.
For real.
Yo, I
um,
I'm
so this part,
mm-hmm. What's the name of the place?
it's called Plateau State. It's called Plateau. Like that is the name. It's like the coldest state in Nigeria. And it's said that during there's a particular season close to the Hamatan season. It snows during that period. So, it's very, 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 very cold. I haven't been there personally, but like I've heard stories, and I've met people that come from that side. Yeah,
Wow, wow, that's amazing. Cause I know Nigeria is like a wonderland. Like there's parts of Nigeria that looks like Dubai. There's parts of Nigeria that looks like all over the world. Like you see some it's so much to cover in Nigeria alone. It's like it's almost like I believe I said it before. It's almost like a bunch of countries put in one. So yeah, yeah. You have
true,
sand dunes and all that stuff. Like
true.
it's man.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the thing is, the only part of Nigeria that people know about is Lagos, and I mean, Lagos is even more popular
Mm-hmm.
globally, but it's just best, but there are other parts of the country that is beautiful. Whenever Abuja is, and on Saturdays we normally go for like we go hiking. So there's a group
Mm-hmm.
of people that will just organize, and then we go on hikes. And this is like I've never seen this type of thing. social media that they'll
Mm-hmm.
be going on. So they'll meet at a particular place. Different people around have cars. They'll just bring their chapel to the hiking spot. So they get to a place like everybody will just park their cars, and before we start hiking. And the last
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it
Wow.
was like breathtaking, man.
Wow.
Like I was like, I never knew this country was this beautiful, man. Like when you travel at times, okay, the
Yeah. Cause like I was definitely one of the things I was definitely when I first heard about just how much like how versatile Nigeria is as a whole, I was just in shock. Cause it's just like what we say in the like how they portray Nigeria to be in other countries. It's not what it is. It's really not what it is, man. And we have so much to cover. We have so much, Nani King. We have so much to cover in Nigeria alone. You know what I mean? Let alone other countries, neighboring countries, and all that stuff. We've talked about that, but Nigeria, man, we got a long way, a lot of coverage to we got a lot of coverage to do in Nigeria. So, y'all stay tuned for that, man. We always have something up our sleeves. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Hey, Nani. One thing. Do you have any pictures to share, like of the hiking trip? Shout out to everybody that dropped in the chat. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Everybody in the chat. Love y'all. But yeah. But yeah. So definitely a lot to explore in Nigeria. It's not just Nigeria is not just Lagos, man. Everybody in the chat, I just want to let y'all know that it's a lot to see. Lot to see, man. And we're gonna show you. We are definitely going to show you. Remember, this is continental. So, monumental. So, this is what we here for. We here to show y'all different things, man. This is what we're here for. So, you know, yeah, Nani King. So tell me the thing. Tell me the thing. Tell me the thing. All right. It's story time. So you want to get started, or should I get started? Because I can't wait to hear. Like I'm looking forward to hearing these stories, man. This is and the story times go for days. Story times go for days, and you know, I'm just looking forward to hear the Lego stories, man. I'm really looking forward to hearing the Lego stories. So, do you want to start with the story time, or I could probably start? I could probably start because I got stories for days. But just as a kid, I used to get into a lot of fun trouble. That's what I call it, fun trouble. So, you know, and I'm thinking this guy's the same way, Mr. Fun Trouble over here. I'm thinking you're the same way, like you're Mr. Fun Trouble.
okay. at the time they weren't yo man, like yeah. I would say so. I would say so. But at the time it wasn't so fun because I was getting my ass whooped.
I bet you were. I bet you were.
From time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it was all worth it at the end of the day. It was all worth it at the end of the day. Like when the time the fun trouble was all worth it at the end of the day. No
Can you
matter
hear me?
how much you got punished for it, it was worth it. You used to smile right after. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So go ahead,
Mm.
tell us some
But
of the stories.
I think I was telling you one like about 2 days ago when we're talking about some of the childhood memories or something. And then but I remembered one particular case where I went to like those game house, in one of those uncompleted buildings now because when I was a child, let me just give a brief context. In Nigeria, when you see buildings that are not completed, so um, it's said that bad boys always, be there to do sort of, and so there was a game house was you know that was like in an abandoned, was it an abandoned building per se to them. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to play games and I was already, they told me like, of course, my parents, of course, they want me not to go. But then, as a young boy, man, like, boys have to be boys, right? Boys will be boys. So, you know, I just had to. So I went there and, I got in trouble for it. And at the time, my mom did not even do much. She was just like, oh, I'll tell your dad when he comes back. But, as a sharp guy that I am, as a sharp guy,
Yeah. This guy is a sharp guy. So you know. Yeah. So you left off at like as a sharp guy. Like as a sharp guy. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. That's
so,
something I would have done.
I mean, yo, man, but like having
Yeah.
siblings, like that time I thought having siblings sucked, man.
Yep.
To play Ever, they would always snitch on me. Network is just it probably not get everything I said.
Right. Nah, that's cool. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just tell, we'll continue on that, and then, I'm gonna tell one of my stories.
All right, go on, man. I
Yeah.
think you
So,
should just go tell
so
us.
chat, can you hear me? Can you hear
Um,
me, chat? I'm good, right? All right. So here's one of my stories, right? And my stories when I was a child I was always up to no good in a good way, in a fun way. All right. So, it was me and my cousins. They slept over. They slept over, right? And we play this game called Mission. I don't know if you know about Mission Impossible and stuff like that with Tom Cruise, like the movie and stuff like that, where he'll go on missions and stuff like that. So yeah, we literally made a game called Mission, right? And
okay.
so tonight's mission, right? And this is a mission. This is a
Yeah.
night mission, right? When everybody was sleeping, um,
Okay.
we the mission was to put a smoke bomb, like a smoke bomb, right? I'll tell you what the smoke bomb is in a minute. But the mission was to um go to the spot, put out some smoke bombs inside the house, inside the kitchen, and then run upstairs and leave. That was the whole mission, right? So we was like, okay, what we gonna use for the smoke bombs? Roach spray.
Yeah.
so roaches
Yo.
like when it comes to roaches and mice and stuff like that, and roaches and rats, they're all over the place in New York, man. That's one thing. They're like family members, but they beef, you know. But when the family feuds, nobody wins. So at the end of the day, you know, this was our mission. We wanted to get the roach sprays, so we took like I think 4 roach sprays. So, there's roach sprays that you click and then it automatically disperse the chemicals. So we took like 4 roach sprays, man, and we snuck downstairs quietly. The stairs that we had was really like it creaked a lot. So we had to be real quiet. So we snuck down the stairs, and the kitchen is like right when you like the left of the stairs when you walk down the stairs. Tell me why we opened all those things up, all those spray bottles up. I think one of my cousins had two spray bottles in their hand, and all there's 3 of us, you know, and we opened those things up and set, like, how you hear the clink 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 when you open up the smoke bombs. Yeah, we did it just like that. We opened up the road sprays and we threw them out in the kitchen and ran. Yo, man, the amount of trouble that we got in because we knew that, like, yo, we're not gonna get in trouble right away because all of the we were smart kids. We were real smart kids, so we're not gonna get in trouble right away. So soon as my dad finds out, the roach sprays, there's gonna be the kitchen is gonna be smoked out, and all you heard while we was running up the stairs, all you heard was my dad cough, like calling my name, and and coughing because the roach spray was all over the place, like it was all over the place and stuff like that. And you have to let the room fumigate before you could even go and resolve the issues at hand. So we upstairs laughing our asses off, man. We just laughing, 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 laughing. And it took about like 20 to 30 minutes before my dad came upstairs and would, like, he just separated us. He was like, man, you sleep here, you sleep there, you sleep there. He had the windows open and stuff like that. And he had to wait for the whole room to fumigate. And that was just it was just so funny, man. So we ended up sleeping in separate spots of the house, and then that was it. But man, the things that it's just endless stories when it comes to the mischievous things that I've done as a kid with my cousins and stuff like that. And yeah, man, that was pretty much the story, man. So yeah, Nani King, yeah, yeah, man. The show must go on, man. What can I say, man? The show must go on. But yeah, man. It's all for the crowd, man. It's all for the crowd, man.
Oh, yo. But I miss the story though. But like,
Well, the most fun memory. Let me just think back because it's yeah. What was the most fun memory? Like, okay, so this memory comes with a short story, because I used to get lost in the amusement parks a lot.
oh,
But
yo, was
the
that
mo
scary? Was that scary?
but
Because I feel like it would be scary. Getting lost
well,
in
I
an
mean,
amusement park.
listen, I was a really brave kid. Like I was a really brave kid. Like nothing really phased me. So,
Oh,
and that was one of my most fun memory, getting lost in an amusement park. You would think like a small 6-year-old would be scared looking for their mommy and daddy and stuff like that. Nah, man.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But that was like one of
Man,
my,
give me the story,
I mean, I
man. Give
got
me the
a lot
story.
of fun
What happened?
memories, but that was like definitely top five because
Wow.
when I got lost in the park. It's an amusement park called Sesame Place. It was pretty much I don't know if you know about Sesame Street, but it was pretty
Sesame,
much
I've
a
heard.
yeah. So it's pretty much a amusement park themed based. It was like a themed amusement park based on the Sesame Street and stuff
Okay,
like that. So yeah, so
okay.
yeah, basically so I'm there, and then it didn't take me long to get lost. Really, I don't think it took me long. So I was there, right? And then
Yeah,
I'm we this is a group of us now. This is a group,
okay.
big group of us. We're all at the park. And I went on a ride. This is where I got lost. There's
Okay.
an attraction where it's called like the stuff like that, where you climb, it's like a bunch of ropes. And you could get lost in that
Okay.
stuff. So ropes
Okay.
and stuff like, I was climbing it and all the cousins, sisters, everybody was there. So you know, I got lost in that. My older cousins, they just left. They older and they faster and stuff
Oh,
like that. So
wow.
they
Yeah,
somebody was
yeah,
supposed to watch me. I remember this.
yeah.
Somebody was supposed to watch me. It was probably one of my sisters, and
Yeah.
that happened. Like they lost me. They lost me into the
Okay.
bunch. I think they have a like a playpen with a bunch of balls in there too. I remember clearly. So,
Okay.
but when I got lost, I just took it as a opportunity to have a lot of fun by myself as a 6-year-old.
Wow.
So so
Wow.
um so yeah, where I'm at, right? But I was just walking around the park by myself, and I was really smart as a kid, so I know I could get lost in the crowd, and I was short. I was a little shorter than, of course, so I get lost
Yeah.
in the crowd.
Mm.
Nobody would even know, So I was just like went to the. I didn't even really go far. I went to the ride next door that I really like because I think I I went. No, I didn't. No, I don't think I went on the ride before, but I looked at it and it was cool. Like I believe it was a water slide or something like that.
Wow.
So I went on the water slide.
Oh,
It was
only
like a
you,
water
like
slide for
just you.
just me. And these people that worked there
Wow.
and didn't even like realize, they just thought I was with a group, because
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
With a
yeah, and
crowd. Oh, okay.
right.
That
They
was
thought I was
smart,
with
by
them.
the way. That was smart.
Yo, I'm telling you, things I did as a kid, I'm mind blown. Like, I mean, my mind is blown, because, and I believe I was sticking with like the black families and stuff like that too. So it's like they couldn't even tell, what I mean, if I was
Mhm.
with them or not. So I went on this ride at least 6 times by myself.
What kind
At
of ride
least
was
6
that?
times.
Was it the same water slide or a different ride?
No, it was the same water slide, that I went on. It
Mm,
was so much fun.
nice,
And I was able to
nice.
go back in line, go back on, go back in line, go back on by myself. You know what I mean? And I believe they rotated it was at a time where they rotated the people working at the slide. So so
Mm-hmm.
um so yeah, it was it was crazy how I was able to pull that off. But what's even crazier?
Tell me,
They
tell
these
me,
the- my,
tell me
Can
your
you
thing.
imagine my family just looking for me at this park? Like, I'm spoiling
Bro,
everybody's day because they looking for me. I'm over here
exactly,
having fun.
exactly,
You
exactly what
know,
I thought.
yo, I'm over here. Yeah, so you could imagine, like, I'm having the time of my life by myself as a 6 year old,
Mm-hmm.
7 year old, whatever. But like, yo, they was looking for me for hours,
Yo, that's crazy.
hours.
So how did they eventually, get you or you get them? Like, how did that happen? How did you guys
Well,
get reunited?
so and this is another thing. Uh, I
Tell
remembered
me.
exactly where we were parked. So I walked outside. I was at the over time. It's like one of those movies, like Home Alone and shit like that. Like how
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just the kid just living an adult life as a kid, but realizes
Yeah.
like, okay, I miss my mother or I miss
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
father or
That's
something like that.
self-realization, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I started to get worried because I was like, okay, where's everybody? They're not. I don't see them. And so I ended up going outside the park. Went to the car
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
even believe that I remembered where we parked because it's like as a kid, like you remember where you park. Like I don't even remember where I park right now sometimes. So yeah, it's like I went there, looked out, didn't see anybody, stayed there for a little bit. Then I went for some reason, I don't know if somebody intercepted me before because I was going right back into the park. And I don't know if somebody intercepted. Back in those days, it wasn't as strict. You know what I mean? I could imagine it wasn't as strict, like re-entry into the
Yeah.
park and stuff like that, all those other stuff.
Yeah.
So, I probably got in the same way that I was kept going on into the rides and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe I was next to another family that they thought I was with or whoever, you know. But I went
Yeah.
inside the park, and I don't remember if I was accompanied by somebody, but I went to one. There was like a front gathering entrance, and yeah, that was like one of the things where. And then they end up finding me there, like shortly. So I was
Wow.
like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, and they was like, yo, we were looking for you all for hours. I was getting, and whoever was looking after me was really getting, because they lost me because they was having too much fun. You know what I mean? They really was
Mm-hmm.
having too much fun the Spider-Man,
Yeah.
whatever this was called. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
but got in trouble, man, because they were supposed to look after me. So yeah, and me being me,
But
you, you
you know, this story is actually a very interesting story. And do you know why I feel like, you were able to, get to them, you're having fun all by yourself, and at the end of the day, nothing crazy happened?
Why?
Because you're a bad guy.
This guy.
Because you're a bad guy. Because you're a sharp
Yeah, you
guy.
know, you know, you know, you know, you know. Even as a youngin, man, even as a youngin, I was,
Even,
you know.
yes, yes, yes. It's follow up. It's
Yeah,
factory
man, you
fault.
know,
Like,
that's how it is,
just
man. That's how it's always been, So yeah, man, it was just one of those fun moments, man. Fun moments. I got lost a
Mhm.
lot as a kid.
And now that I think about it, I've never really been lost, as a kid. But one time, this thing happened one time. The time I came close to being lost was when I traveled to my village. Like, I went to my dad's side, to my village. So that was one scare. It was scary at the time because I thought I was lost, because imagine being lost in the woods. Yo, imagine being
Yeah,
lost in the woods, man. Like I was terrified at the time, man, because
absolutely.
see the backstory. That day, like, where I think it was like our first day, like we arrived in the village. I know the villagers, they were so happy to see us. Everybody were like very happy. They were welcoming us, all that stuff, da. And we finished unpacking, and so some of my cousins, they were like, oh, like they set a trap for a squirrel, like bushmeat, all those bush animal, rabbits,
Mm-hmm.
squirrel, all that stuff, like
Yeah.
bush rats, basically. So they are set
Mm-hmm.
traps, and they wanted to go retrieve some of the traps. I was like, I'm not doing anything. Let me just tag along with you guys. So
Yeah.
I tagged along, and then my immediate younger sister, she also tagged along. I was like, you don't have to come, because she was very young. I was like, no, you don't have to come, but she insisted. And I was like, okay, cool. I just come. And we're like a bunch of guys, and we entered the bush, like, the woods and stuff, to go retrieve the traps. And then some of my cousins, they were like, oh, that they want to go climb trees to retrieve like some fruits and stuff. And then at that point, my sister started crying that she wants to go back home and stuff. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, you know what? That I can trace my way back. I told the guys that they should go, that I would meet up with them. Let
Mm-hmm.
me, take my sister back. And on our way back, I think I definitely missed my way. I missed the way and stuff. And next thing I knew, I had no idea where I was going to, man. Like everywhere, bush, left, right, and center, the woods. Yo, man, like I started to panic. I was like, oh, this is the way. I went there, like it wasn't the way. Then my sister started crying. At that point, I started to panic. At that point,
Oh
I
man.
started to panic. It was the middle of the bush. Like, there were no houses in sight. There were no house in sight, man. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
I was scared. I was scared. And from a very long distance, I saw a house, and
Mm-hmm.
I dragged my sister. We are like, oh, we need to get there. So we got to that place, and we're like, oh, that, I started to explain, oh, I'm from this place. My dad. This is my dad. And we're like, oh, they were able to recognize that. Oh, this is this person's dad. I mean, this person's child. And so they now took me to my house. I know the
Mm-hmm.
crazy part, the plot twist to this whole thing, that all these things, like I thought I was lost, I was still within my compound. But
Wow.
my
All this
compound was
time, yo.
that big. Like my
Damn.
compound was that big. Like we had a vast like acres of land and stuff. So, it was crazy. It was crazy. But
Wow.
I look back now, I was like, oh, that was fun. But at the time it was scary. At the time it was
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, cause you in the woods and stuff like that now, that's like, who knows type of, it could be snakes in there. It
Yeah,
could be,
man.
you know.
Exactly. I thought about it too. Because we could, snakes. The interesting thing, and the funny thing about me is that I've never seen snake before.
Hmm.
True story. Like I've
You
never
never
seen
seen a snake?
snake before.
All
Nah,
all these
I've
all these
never.
years, you never seen snakes,
I swear, the
and they
snakes that I've
swear,
seen are like
and there you have it, You have a living proof right here that Africa doesn't have a bunch of animals. That's not what Africa is, man. It's not just a bunch of
I
animals,
swear,
okay? This man,
yo,
hasn't seen a snake all his life.
I
I've
swear, like
seen,
the snake that
I've
I've
seen
seen,
snakes. You know what I mean?
and then like
In
the snakes
person.
that I've seen actually were like snakes that have been killed. All those tiny small snakes, but like nothing, not like a major snake or like a cobra. This that like the snakes that I've seen are like very small snakes. But
Yeah.
the good thing is that they've been killed, and I'll just see
Hmm.
them at the one side of the road or something. But like I've never seen, oh, this snake is alive and stuff like. Nah, I've never, and I find it a bit funny at times because snake is
Mm.
like one of the most common wild animals you can see anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, big time, big time. And a lot of people, there's countries that don't have one snake. You know what I mean? But the snakes were brought there for a purpose. Like I heard this story about there was a like way back in Jamaica and stuff like that. They imported snakes, to terrorize the Moors and stuff like that. But
Okay.
they realized that it wasn't a problem. It wasn't only a problem for them. It wasn't only a problem for the Moors. It was a problem for them too. So
Okay.
then they put not Moors. It's Maroons or something like that. I'm thinking the same thing. That's what they called, the Maroons. They were like the people that rebelled
Bring
against
those animals
slaves.
down first.
Yeah, those are people that rebelled against slavery and stuff like that in Jamaica. But
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. So they released snakes. They imported snakes to terrorize them, but the snakes terrorized them too. And so what they did was they imported mongoose. You know mongoose, right? Like the
Yeah,
mongoose. Yeah, though. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's like there's countries that don't have one poisonous snake. I don't think New Zealand has any poisonous snakes, any snakes there. And that yeah, man, no snakes, man. There's no snakes in there. And they make sure they keep that tight. Anything that comes into that country, I mean, don't quote me. I believe that's what it is, but I don't like from last time I checked, I don't think they have any snakes there. You know?
Yeah, that was interesting. That was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So
Another fun fact about New Zealand is that they have more sheep than animals. Sorry, they have more sheep than human beings, rather
they have more sheep.
than human beings.
Damn.
Yeah, than human beings.
Damn.
I saw fun facts about New Zealand. I was like, what?
Mm.
That has to be crazy. Like, but they have
Yo,
more sheep than humans.
New Zealand is adventure capital of the world. You know what that means, Nani? You thinking what I'm thinking, Nani? About New
Nah,
Zealand?
tell me.
Nah,
Hmm.
you gotta know what I'm thinking. Because this is continental hustles, right? So
I mean, I'm
if
thinking.
if we could go that far,
Yes, sir.
we go to New Zealand and do a little documentary and stuff like that. We gonna do it. Why not?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Why
you
not?
know, this
Yeah,
is
for sure.
continental. So I just rubbed my nipple there, but
No barriers.
continental, continental. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's what it's about, man. But yeah, man. So
Oh boy.
That's cool, man. That's a cool
Yeah.
story, man. Definitely a cool story. We definitely have more stories to come. We'll have another. Always have segments like these. That's why I titled them, so you get familiarize yourself with them. So when you see those titles, when you see these things up, you know what time it is already. You know, we're just introducing all the different categories of things that we talk about, and put them on the live. You know. And again, we appreciate everybody for joining us and just and sticking with us to talk about what have a enjoy the talk show, because we have a lot of good things to talk about, man, and we could go on for days. We talk every day anyway, so like almost every day anyway. So it's
Mm.
just amazing. We're taking this opportunity to learn more, also learn more about each other, and
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, because it's just fun. I'm having a great time, with the talk shows and stuff with Nani King. So, and because we a lot of stuff we talk about is like business, life, and everything. We talk about a lot of stuff, but this is like a deep dive, and we're sharing it with you. You guys get to see that. That's big. So we want you to look
For
back
sure.
at these conversations and be like, wow, man. That's how these are like true friends, and we built something together.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah. So.
man, I agree. I agree 100%. And this is um, the foundational part of our program, you know. And it's funny how we started this program, out of necessity. It wasn't the plan, like us going live every day, like, we never, 2 weeks ago, maybe 1 week plus ago, it wasn't like, a thing, but it was just born out of necessity. And, we are
Mm-hmm.
problem solvers because
Mm-hmm.
if you guys noticed, we have like episode 1 and 2 of documentary out already.
Mm-hmm.
And
Go check. Mm-hmm.
this is the third week. Naturally, we're supposed to have episode 3 already released, but unfortunately, we're having one of our guys not available and other stuff. But the party don't stop, man. The party don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
We just
Mm-hmm.
keep being eventful. Uh,
Yeah.
we just keep being eventful and then bringing up, not just fillers, but quality stuff to keep you guys engaged. Know that this channel is active.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, crazy talk, man. 2 weeks ago, by this time, 2 weeks ago, we had about maybe 300 or 200, 150, 200, 300 subscribers. So this time, 2 weeks ago. And right now, we are on the verge of hitting 5,000 organically,
Yep.
So it just tells you something, it
Mm-hmm.
just tells you something that, we are putting in the work. And we hope that you guys appreciate it. And, you see the vision, you see the idea behind the concept behind some of the things that we put out there. But you know, things will get better, from us too and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So for sure, look out for us.
Yeah, be on the lookout, man. Be on the lookout, and there's of course there's gonna be more documentaries to come. So, and even after this segment, there's more to come. There's a lot more. We're not just about length and width. We're about depth. So
So
we're deep diving and everything that we do and all the work that we showcase. So, we're just happy to have y'all here, and you know we're always grateful. We're always grateful for every moment, everybody that decides to join, even if you come in and then go out. We all thankful for it, and we're just thankful for the
mm,
watchful eyes and stuff like that. We love it, you know.
sure.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that came in the chat. Shout out to Nani King. We all about consistency, and
It's
we will definitely have another story time segment, and these are exciting conversations, and yeah, man. You know,
yes,
anything you want to cover, anything you want to say to the beautiful people before we leave.
shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the best. And tomorrow, expect us to be here tomorrow for you because we are being consistent, with our program. So tomorrow we have even more interesting things to talk about tomorrow because a lot of things, things are happening currently. So expect us to be here to talk about it, things that concern, everybody, continental, we are continental, black people, African Americans, white people, everybody. So thank you for tuning in and like, subscribe, tell your friends to tell your friends and tell your enemy that Continental Oz is here to stay.
That's right. That's right. We here to stay, man. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. So,
Yes, sir.
but for now, we will be back. All right. Same time, same place.
Bad guy,
We'll
sharp guy.
we'll be here. All right. So thanks for
Yes,
coming in.
sir.
And tomorrow's another day. And early
For sure,
blessings to
for sure.
all. Early blessings to all, and may that carry you throughout your day. All right. So
Yes, sir. All
yeah,
right,
man.
cheers, man.
Nonny King,
Cheers.
later out, man. Later. Uh, I'll give you a little
Just
from
flow.
from yeah, give you a little from the screen. You know what I mean? So yeah. All right, man.
Bad
Take care.
guy, bad
Take
guy.
care, you guys. All right. Until next
Yeah,
time.
cheers, man. Yeah,
All
for
right.
sure.
Shop guy. Bye, guy.